If you are looking for crown, you'll be disappointed in life. You know, when I started this church, right from the beginning, I was called senior pastor. And the reason was very practical, because there were other pastors with me. Our church was small, but we had a couple of other people who were pastors. And to distinguish the pastors, I was called the senior pastor, and the others were the pastors. And then when we started planting churches a few years down the line, I was called a general overseer, because I was overseeing churches. It's not a title, a crown to aspire to. My position as senior pastor is secure. I've been in this position for 38 years. I've never been promoted. Same title for 38 years. There's nothing like senior pastor or chief senior pastor or major senior pastor. No promotion, same thing. 38 years. General overseer, probably about 35 or so years. No promotion. That should make me then say, well, I have the position. But my mindset, which I've had all these years, is that although I'm not interviewed for my job and nobody determines my promotion, I must justify my inclusion. I must justify. So every day, when I stand here, every Sunday when I am preaching here, I am on trial. I am on trial. If I don't do well, you will leave. You follow what I'm saying? I cannot say, well, I've been a successful pastor for 38 years, so the people, of course, must come here. Yes, they must appreciate what I've done for 38 years. But that is not guaranteed. The only guarantee is I must take care of my vocation, so that when I stand here, I will be given another week. And next week I have to come for test again, and I'll be given another week. And I go week by week justifying myself. Now, there are people who see life as a title. And you give them a title, the West will come out of them. And sometimes there are pastors who take on high-sounding titles, and all of a sudden dress a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain way, behave a certain way, and never think about the voice and the face of the flock. And they think they can eat title, but nobody eats title. Listen, you can call yourself managing director. You can call yourself global director. You can call yourself intergalactic director. You can call yourself president of the universe. Well, choose it. It's free. But this passage says the crown does not endure. That is why I don't accumulate titles, because it is totally irrelevant to your future. I can call myself by whatever title, it doesn't matter. Your work will have to speak. And if your work does not speak, title will not endure for you. And those of you who get so fascinated with titles and positions and want to walk a certain way, you know, somebody is walking this way, he just walks nicely, and then he's made bishop. You know, all of a sudden, foolishness has entered his head. Foolishness. Listen, don't be in a hurry to impress people with your titles and with your crown. Even if somebody promotes you to an office, you must justify the promotion. must justify it. You know, in this country, when somebody wins a position, maybe went to parliamentary elections, and then he wins, and then people pour white powder on him. In other words, it's finished. It's finished. We're finished. We're finished. Somebody's made a minister of state, pour white powder. It's finished. Because somehow we think the title is the job. But I learned from this proverb, the title is not a job and the money is not a job. My job is to attend to my flocks and pay attention to them, to my vocation, to the company, to the group, the organization I belong to, and to the reputation I'm building, so I can have a reputation of somebody who can be trusted at every time to deliver. If I don't have that reputation, I may be called senior pastor, zonal pastor, global pastor, universal pastor, Milkway pastor, galaxy pastor. Choose whatever you want. It's a free world. Adjectives are free. But we don't rule the world with adjectives and with titles. All that God has done is He's giving you something small. And He says, take care of it. And if you take care of it, you'll be fine.